Hi, my name is Travia. I am 36 years old. March 2007, I was 21 when I got into my accident. I can't give all the glory details, but I can tell you from what I remember. I found myself laying on the ground and couldn't move. Coming from work that Sunday afternoon. I wasn't unconscious, but when I realized I was on the ground, there was this young lady in particular. I think she was a student at the time at was. That was the one. She was one of the persons that came to assist me. And I think realizing what took place and realizing I couldn't move, she asked me to stay still just in case or any other thing that may injure that you don't know what's going on. And then she asked me if there's anyone that she could call. And while I was going into the ambulance, I remember she called my mom, and then I told her about the accident, and I asked them to meet me at the hospital. When I got to the hospital, they had to actually cut my clothes. They didn't want to move me in case of anything. So they cut my clothes off, and then they put on, I think, one of the gowns or whatever. And then I waited until the doctor came. They took me for a scan to see the injuries, and then when we got into the room, I think the doctor was digging me to see if I'll be able to feel, and then he said, I don't told me, I don't remember if he told me exactly or it was my family, but I know I remember it was that I wouldn't be able to walk again. Basically, that's what he was saying. After that, my family came into the room. They told me some of the neighbors was on the outside, so I told them to let them in. And so they all came in, and then we were there for a while, and then after they had to take me down to the room and they got the bed ready. And I could just remember I was just bawling because the pain was unbearable. And a few persons gave suggestions for me to fly out to see what could have been done instead of just lying there, not being able to do anything at all. So we were transferred to Medical Shore Hospital, I think that's the name of it, yes, in Trinidad. So I had to send the doctor's paper from here and send over to Trinidad and to see if they would be able to accept me over there. And so we got the yes from the doctor, so I was flown up probably like a week after being here. The ambulance went to Trinidad. When I got there, then they transferred me to the ambulance that took me to the hospital in Trinidad. I was going to Medical Shore Hospital. And then I had to do scan as well there, and I waited for them to see exactly the extent of the injuries as well. So that was the first thing I did, and then they took me up to the hospital. Then the doctors came up and they told, I think they found out that it was one of the bones was squeezing the spinal cord thing, so they had to go in and do whatever, so they put in I can't remember. So the Tuesday, I developed a cold, so they had to take the weekend, I think even until the day just before the surgery to work on me, you know, to get it on my chest. So I had the surgery the Tuesday. I think they prepped me maybe, I think it was either the 3rd, somewhere the 3rd, let me see, 30th. It was the 3rd, 3rd April, somewhere. And they prepped me for surgery the day or maybe 12/1. I was sent down to the room, and then the doctors came in maybe 2, after 2. And they started to plug me up to they had to test me first to make sure the pressure and everything was okay before they started the surgery. And I don't remember anything after that because I guess they gave me the anesthesia, so I don't remember anything after that. When I woke up, I remember I was in excruciating pain after the surgery. And I had to work on my neck brace. When I looked up, I realized it was 7 o'clock. I was like, that's the time, that's how long I was in surgery. I don't know, my mom would have been so worried because she would have been wondering what, happening inside.
Dolls, I had to stop this. When she said it while I was recording, I cried. When I listened to get to start to edit it, I cried again. Did you guys hear what she said? She was 21. She got into a car accident. She was in a pain. She went into a surgery. She already knew that life for her changed drastically. She went from a young lady who was walking and running and could go whereabout she wanted, now to being a person totally different. Now gonna have to use a wheelchair, not know what level and strength she would have been able to recover with. And she came out of surgery. And I know she's a child of God, so I know she did give thanks. But to come out of surgery, one of her first thoughts is to say, I want to go out so my mom could see me. Because I'm worried. I'm worried about her well-being. If you guys didn't cry, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. But God is good.
I remember after coming out, she was out there waiting. I remember waiting and then that was it. They took me into the room. I told the nurses I couldn't do anything after that. Bye. I don't remember if I tell them bye good night. I went to sleep. I remember telling them don't even change the sheet because I was in the position to twist here. I was exhausted and the pain was very severe at the time. And just after having surgery, you want to be in pain, and then this your back especially. So I asked them not to move me, and if anything, I would have told the supervisor for the next shift. I asked them not to change shift just in case they got in trouble. I remember the whole day I didn't want to get up because the pain was just there. I just wanted to sleep. But then I had to get up to eat and everything just to get back some strength after having this. And I remember everybody calling me, wanting to know, if I'm okay, but if I'm home, I just couldn't take it. Maybe a lot of calls at first, but and everybody was meant well, and they were concerned, but I just wanted to sleep. It was a couple of days after they wanted me to start therapy to see how I would be able to mobilize after having the surgery. So they had the therapists came in practically every day, I must say, every day they came. And then, so they used to have me doing different things with my hand at first, to straighten my hands, get the upper body, give it back some of the strength. I remember after doing some of the hand exercises just to get me to be able to sit up. The first ever time that I started to actually try to sit up on my own, to get the bed up and be behind me, and it was just like, I had to bar to go back a little because the whole room was spinning, and I just said, I started getting nauseous, and everything just, that wasn't it. That was it. Bad. And then I think after I told them to put me back down, they wanted me to do it, and I tell them no. Because when you do it the first time, you want to do it again. So I told them no. I'm going to try it tomorrow. And then I think I tried it the second day. It was the same thing. So every time I got up, it was like I wanted to go back down. I said, you know what? Maybe I'll try to push it as much as they want me to push it at the time. So I went back down. And then maybe a couple of days after, they started to put me on like the office chair, but not the one they were going to roll, right? That was part of straightening my back. And I remember as soon as they took me out and put me in the chair, I wanted to go back in the bed because the pain that I was in and everything was just coming down in my hand and everything. I couldn't take it. And so I asked them to put me back into the bed. And I just went to sleep. That was just it. Sleep. Just to knock out the pain. That was the best thing I could have done. I think, and then some other day they came and they told me that we were going to try to sit up again inside the bed itself to see how, from the other days, how it would have been now. And then it wasn't so bad as the first and second day. I get a little dizzy, but I try to get accustomed to it now because, the first day, second day, just getting up, it would have been worse than the other days. So when I sat up, I said, okay, I feel a little dizzy, but I just slightly put it back down a little, but not right back as going to lay down flat. I just tilt it back down a little bit. So I gradually did that daily until I was able to come right up. The days went by, I started to get stronger. They wanted to put me on the side of the bed. About 2 or 3 nurses came in to assist me. And it's one thing telling someone who is off balance. They have you ain't gonna fall, all the nice things them you could say, but in my mind and the way my body feel, that was totally different from what I was feeling. As soon as they put my foot over the edge, that was it. I was just starting to panic and everything else. So, and I just wanted to ease back, but they asked me to stay there for a while. And I just remember sometimes I was just going, so they said, no, I got you. I said, you may be saying it, but the body is telling me a totally different thing. They bought the wheelchair, and that it was very uncomfortable being from you was always walking around. No, you have to be going in this chair, and you wondering how I would be able to maneuver. Because my hands weren't strong yet. They were getting there, but they weren't that strong yet. And so I had to push myself in the chair in order to get to maneuver it by myself without someone pushing me. So every day I would be going home to the hospital, on the corners, up and down the hall, just to kind of strengthen myself. The other times, the therapist gave me a ball to squeeze or like a stretch band, and then I would put it on the eye drops, the pole thing, but then you're supposed to be, and then we'd be pulling it daily from back. So every day was like. Even to write my name, I was totally shocked when I went to sign a paper and I was like, what's people eating this? I realized that no strength was actually in my hands. And so every single day from that, I had to be practicing. I was like, you are 2-year-old starting to write again. And I was like training myself like, okay, I know to spell my name, but for you to see it printed out on the paper, you wasn't going to that's change it over there at all. To gradually do. So the nurses then came in and said, you in here practicing to write? And I'll be like, yes. But I wanted to be able to write back at least my name. So every day I would be in there with the leaves, writing my name, until I gradually got it done and I was pleased with myself. Also remember, I think when they were able to take off the neck brace, I had to put my hand like this and realize my hair falling out. So my hair, I was like, my hair falling out, what's going on? And then I realized that I had to cut behind here to get from up here.
They were falling back here?
Yes, I was like, what's going on? I thought that my hair was just falling out. But then I had to cut behind here, and I was, I was like, wow. And the nurses then, I love the nurses then, they was very sweet, compassionate. Every day they would come in and check on me, they would wash my hair for me, they would comb my hair, they were very lovely. Up to when some of the supervisors then come and they're looking for them, one room they will come. inside is nurse whoever they are, such and such and such. And I will tell them yes, so they will ask. So they used to come in, and that's what I love about them. They used to do things that we didn't even ask them to do. Something, you know, my mom went with me, so she was the actual inside the room with me. So in order, to give her a break, one day they would take her around town, and she would go out shopping. That time she had hair on her head, so they would take her to do her hair and stuff like that. Some of them used to do the hair, so they would take her by them and do the hair. Sometimes they will come looking for her, where mommy? Mommy gone tongue, and she was, hear me, oh Lord, I don't know, she get her out, but she gone tongue. Remember the first time going outside the hospital, at least in the parking lot, and being inside all these months, it was like, like a kid in a candy store. You're on the outside now, not just looking at the four walls in the room and outside. But the only thing, I didn't like the sun, but it was nice being outside, having a little breeze. The hospital, the seeds were there also for them to go to Tobago. So they took me out to the back there, and we would sit out there daily because being inside the house, my color was actually white, so I had to take a lesson now to get back some of my complexion. So that was also like therapy. I used to roll outside the parking lot, round and round and round, now to get my hands as well strength. As I said, I wanted to make sure before they sent me back home, I was able to do certain things. As a therapist came and talked to me, but he himself didn't want to continue the sessions because he was like, I wasn't really in a depression to say that he needed to continue the sessions. So, I was joyful. Even before I left here, when my family told me, so my nurses was asking them, did she understand what doctor told her, because I was smiling, joyful, like as if nothing happened. So they couldn't continue the therapy session because there was no reason to do it. It took me a while before I got back to singing. Maybe I was out for 3 months, something. I was getting homesick too, being on Salam. A lady I used to work with, she had family living in Trinidad, so she asked them to visit me at the hospital. And they were kitchens actually, so I started getting food from them, which I was so grateful for, because I was missing home. And so they used to visit from time to time. They also bring their family and their friends and their friends, even their friends. Even sometimes they go to church, they will come, check on us, if they needed to bring any lunch and so forth. So I was grateful for that friendship. Even when they came back here to stay kids and they wanted anyway to stay beside the family, they stayed with us. And up to this day, they still have that friendship that even anyone coming from Trinidad close to them, they will come and visit. Thank you, Annette. I'm not sure if you wanted me to call your name, but thank you very much for your hospitality while my mom and I was there in Trinidad. And also to that was a lady I worked with that actually sent them there where I was staying at the hospital. So I didn't know to go into the vehicle. I didn't know this was going to happen, but as soon as I hit the vehicle, I just wanted to jump back up. It's like everything just started to come back all over again, because that was the first time I was actually back in front of a vehicle. You were still traumatized from the accident. So, and then I remember the brother tried to calm me down. After that, we journeyed home, and I was just looking around like, I would be gone 3 months, it was totally different. Everything I just totally changed to me. Even driving home in the neighborhood, I was like, this world? It was like everything that I had to just totally changed. And then when I got home, my family was there waiting on me, and friends and family friends, and everybody you could think of was waiting on me when I came back. And they brought my favorite thing, cooker. Yes, everything, every single thing. Because that was the first thing I told him. When I get home, I want to cook up. I got home, so everyone was there. We was just catching up, you know. And it wasn't even like I was catching up in the fact that, okay, I was overseas, probably everybody would have wanted to know what took place over there. And so we just was casually talking, like nothing, you know, just catching back on what was happening at home. You know, it was there later, and my mom didn't come over, was like, oh, yeah, guy, who I'm joking. And they were like, no, I will go sleep here with that and everything. You know, so it was up late at night, just talking and everything. And then I started to get tired. I told them, hello, I go go. I just, you know, I thank them, you know, I thank them for being there, appreciate them for coming here, welcome me home and everything. Everybody came on my friend's parents and everybody. So I thank them and I appreciated everything that everyone did. You know, look out for my family even while they was home as well as we were out there. And anything that they needed or think they needed or didn't need it, they still called or showed up, you know, out of the ordinary and just do things. So I thank them as well.